For all your t-shirt needs, check out TeePublic's Killer Selection. Follow the link in the description. Hey, what's up, people? Pizzao here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Solo, a Star Wars story. And so much has already been said about this movie. It's gotten so much press, mostly negative press, from the troubled production of the film to its release and it underperforming at the box office. Although at this point, after its second week of release, it's pretty much already been written off as a flop, a bomb. A Star Wars movie has flopped at the box office. That's something I never thought I would hear or say. But nevertheless, a Star Wars movie, and granted by Star Wars lofty standards, has flopped at the box office. And last week when the film was first released and it was being reported that it was underperforming, I posted a poll asking you guys, why do you think Solo, a Star Wars story, is underperforming? And most of you agreed that it was just a simple case of Star Wars fatigue. And I think what Disney has tried to do with Star Wars is use a similar release schedule that has proved to be very successful with the Marvel films on the Star Wars films, because it seems like every month we have a new Marvel movie, or in some cases it seems like every other week we have a new Marvel movie. But I don't think that strategy works with a Star Wars movie. Now, to me, a Star Wars film is an event. It's an event movie. However, when you're releasing a new one every year, or in the case of Solo, a Star Wars story, just a mere 6 months after The Last Jedi, they feel a little less like an event. However, I did hear a lot of good things about Solo, a Star Wars story. People saying that it was a fun, entertaining sci-fi action movie, and really nothing more. So I went into Solo, a Star Wars story, expecting a sci-fi action movie that takes place in the Star Wars universe, but just an entertaining, fun movie. And by the end of Solo, a Star Wars story, that's pretty much the experience that I had. I was pretty satisfied with the movie. I had a really fun time watching Solo, a Star Wars story. And I think from the point of view of it being a troubled production, the movie didn't feel or look like a troubled production in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So my hat is off to Ron Howard. I think he did an excellent job coming into Solo and kind of cleaning up the broken glass and making a really cohesive feeling movie. It didn't feel like, for instance, like a Suicide Squad or a Justice League. Ron Howard did an excellent job with Solo, a Star Wars story. All the performances I thought were pretty good. The actor who plays Han Solo, his name escapes me at the moment. I thought he did a perfectly fine job. Now, does he have any of the charisma that Harrison Ford had in episodes 4, 5, and 6? No, absolutely not. But he does a fine job as Han Solo in this film. Emilia Clarke does a fine job in her role, although I really felt next to no chemistry between her and Han Solo. Donald Glover, who plays Lando Calrissian, I thought did a great job. However, I don't think the character of Lando Calrissian really had that much to play with. It wasn't that meaty of a character. I have no idea where the pansexual controversy came from with this movie. It seems like it was completely overblown. There's a moment where Lando Calrissian's robot is talking to Emilia Clarke, and the robot or droid alludes to the fact that maybe it and Lando Calrissian had a physical relationship of some point in the past. That turned into this whole controversy of Lando is pansexual. completely and utterly overblown. Woody Harrelson delivers a fantastic performance. Woody Harrelson can do no wrong in my book. Fantastic actor. Really loved his character in Solo: A Star Wars Story. The movie looks fantastic. There are so many great action sequences in this film. The special effects are fantastic. It's got that Star Wars theme, which, I mean, I think if I just shot a video of myself painting a wall to that John Williams score, it would be epic. It would just have this epic feel about it. But there are some great action scenes in Solo: A Star Wars Story. We see the Kessel Run, and that Kessel Run sequence is absolutely fantastic. There's a great action sequence involving a train that can kind of spin on its tracks, move around its tracks, kind of like that. Great action sequence there. Again, the special effects are fantastic, but it's a Star Wars movie, so it should have pretty fantastic special effects. There were plenty of great fanboy moments in the film. There was a moment toward the end of the movie that I won't give away because it's a spoiler that I absolutely fanboyed out over. Jeremy, who was with me, fanboyed out over as well. But I think Solo: A Star Wars Story is probably the most fanboy movie I've ever seen. It's almost like the writers sat down and they watched episodes 4, 5, and 6, and they took notes, and they were like, okay, if we were going to do a Solo movie, what would it be about? Well, let's see. He talks about this Kessel Run. Let's go into the Kessel Run here. You know what? Let's talk about how he met Chewie. Wouldn't that be great? Let's talk about how he met Lando Calrissian. Wouldn't that be great? And they literally cover all those bases. We have a young Han Solo. We see how he gets the name Han Solo. We see how he meets Chewie. We see how he meets Lando Calrissian. We see how he meets the Millennium Falcon. We see the Kessel Run. It is just one fanboy moment after the other. And this is where I kind of feel torn on Solo: A Star Wars Story, because yes, there's great action sequences. Yes, there's great fanboy moments in the film. But for a Solo movie, a Han Solo movie, one of the most integral characters in the Star Wars universe, it feels like he needed more. The action sequences completely overpower the more character-y moments in the film. Fan service is great, but fan service doesn't have the depth of a really well-written character moment in the film, or in a film like this. So I kind of, although I liked the film, I kind of felt like there needed to be more. And speaking of there needed to be more, it's a 2 hour and 15 minute movie. The pacing is phenomenal. It didn't feel like a 2 hour and 15 minute movie, but it only felt like there was about 3/4 of the movie there. It felt like there was something missing. Like I got up and walked out of the movie and I was like, wait a minute, there's got to be more here, right? I mean, this is Solo. So that's kind of where I'm torn. Yes, it's a really good sci-fi action movie with great special effects and great music, but it's Han Solo, and I just kind of feel like maybe he deserved more. That character deserved more, and I think a lot of the hardcore Star Wars fans are not going to be happy with this movie because of that. The best way that I can sort of summarize whether or not you should watch Solo: A Star Wars Story, it's very simple. Have you enjoyed the Disney Star Wars films up to this point? And if that answer is no, you're not going to like Solo: A Star Wars Story. For a variety of reasons. If you've dug the Disney Star Wars films up to this point, you'll probably like Solo: A Star Wars Story. My girlfriend, she's not a huge Star Wars fan or anything to that respect, but she thought it was a pretty good movie just based on it being a sci-fi action film with great special effects and great action sequences and a great score. Those are the things you have to weigh before I think you go in and watch Solo: A Star Wars Story. I enjoyed the film for what it was, had a great time with the movie for what it was, but at the same time, I feel like there kind of should have been more. And it felt like maybe there was more, but they just kind of decided not to go there. I don't know. I'm torn on Solo: A Star Wars Story, but overall, I did enjoy the film. I had a great time with it. Jeremy loved it. Yeah, I recommend it with that caveat of, have you liked the Disney Star Wars films up to this point? And if that answer is no, save your money. Save your money. If you want just a good, fast-paced sci-fi action film, then Solo: A Star Wars Story should fit the bill quite nicely. If you guys have seen Solo: A Star Wars Story, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comment section below. Is there factors other than simple Star Wars fatigue that you feel have caused the film to flop at the box office? Please let me know down in the comments section below. When do you think a Star Wars film should be released? Should it be one every other year, one every 3 years? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the $1 a Month Club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons: Kevin Smythe, Orc145626, B-Movie Mike, Stephen Flanagan, Lori Holt, Mitch Odell, Craig Farrand, Robert Sobel, Farron Sutton, Jeremiah Lambert, Turi Delamore, Joseph Charlesworth, Grindhouse Grotto, Derek Jana, PB Sam 6, Demon Waffles, Tim Williams, and Stone Gassman. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.